Hi everyone, today's video I am finally sharing my comparison for all of my sheer matte lipsticks. So if you guys are interested, don't forget to like and subscribe and continue watching. So I have in here four types of sheer matte lipsticks. I love sheer matte lipsticks because it just creates like a hint of color to your lips without it looking too much. So I have in here, like this is the oldest and I just wanted to include this a little bit, but this is totally a different formula. This is the Colourpop Ultra Blotted Liquid Lipsticks. And then Colourpop also has this blotted lipsticks. And these are reformulated. They already had like blotted lips before. It was discontinued, and then this one is the new one. Then of course I also have this Glossier. I have the shades Leo and Cake. And then this is the newest in my collection, the Bisou Balm from Violette Betise. So it's kind of hard to compare all of this in just one setting because they all have, even though they all have the same concept of a sheer matte lipstick, they all have different formulas. So I'm just gonna rank them by category. Before that, I'm just gonna compare these two because I don't want to compare this Ultra Blotted with the others because this one is totally different. So this one is a liquid lipstick, but it has a sheer, it has a sheer opacity. But this one, because it's a liquid lipstick, it is the most pigmented of all of my sheer matte lipsticks. But again, it's a very different formula. It dries down matte, but because it's a liquid lipstick, it can be a little bit patchy. I already did a different standalone video of this one on how I apply this, so you can check that out. But I just wanted to show you how different the Ultra Blotted is from the blotted lipstick. So this one is in the shade it's rubbing off, but this is in the shade Missing You, and I think it just the lipstick just broke because it's like, yeah, it definitely melted from the tube, probably because it's summer here in the Philippines right now. It's very hot, so maybe the wax just melted off. This is the shade Missing You. And ideally, they have the same color, but the blotted lipstick is just way sheerer because this one is again a liquid lipstick. So I just wanted to compare these two together. But with that being said, let's just forget this one because it is a very different type of formula. I'm just gonna focus on these three. So the shade that I swatched was Missing You, and then this one is Los Feliz. It's very sheer. And then I also have in here Glossier Leo. Glossier Cake. And Betise from Violette Betise. Violette Betise is the one that I'm wearing on my lips today. Okay, so let's start with the packaging. As you can see, the packaging of the Colourpop lipstick, blotted lipstick, isn't really the best because it looks good, but over time the print just fades. And then also some of the plastics here just starts cracking. And as you saw earlier, the lipstick just completely melted off of the tube. And also this one, even though it looks sleek, and I like the fact that it has the same color as the lipstick. It just feels a little bit cheap. And then this one looks very posh, but it feels lightweight. And then this one is the heaviest, and it's just very minimalist. So if I have to choose, I would rank the Glossier one as the #1 because it's heavy, it's minimalist, it's simple. And then this one because it looks posh, and then this one because it's just very prone to breakage. And then as for the scent, I hate scents. So for this, I'm gonna have to rank the Bisou Balm as the #1. And then the Glossier is #2. And then the Colourpop one is it has the strongest scent. It has a very sweet and artificial scent. And I'm not really a fan of like scents. And then price, of course, Colourpop will be the top pick because this one costs around $7, and then if you can get them on sale, that's even better. And then Glossier, you get 3 grams of product for $18. This one you only get 1.6, but even if you double the price as well as the amount of product, this one is still cheaper. And then the most expensive one is the Violette FR for $25, and you get 3.5 grams of product, so the typical amount of lipstick that you get. And then availability, I have to give it to Colourpop. Colourpop has good shipping, free shipping even. And then Violette FR would have to go second. This would have been the third one, but they recently are opening to international shipping. So this one is, for me, it's a bit more it's a bit more available for me than the Glossier, because Glossier I'm not sure if they do international shipping. It's just so hard for me to get my hands on Glossier. And then lastly is for the shade and for the formula. This one has around 7 colors, but they almost all look the same. And with sheer matte lipsticks, the slight differences when swatched, they won't translate on the lips. So you don't really need to get all of the shades from the Colourpop Blotted. The Glossier has more range and depth to their shade range. And then this one only has 3 colors so far. And I only got Betise because I feel like this is the only one that will show up on my lips. I'm thinking of getting Calisong later on, but for now, I'm gonna wait if she will release more shades of this one. I wish that she would, because even though this one is expensive, I'm willing to save up my money to get my hands on this one because I just love the sheer matte lipstick formulas. So anyway, for the formula, this one just depends. But for me, the third one will have to go to the Colourpop, because the Colourpop is this one. So you can see it's the most pigmented of the 3. This one is the ultra blotted, so I'm not including that. But the formula of the Colourpop one is like, it's the most forgiving if you have dry skin, because it has more oils than the other 2, and it's like the formula is like it's like a normal lipstick, but just with a sheerer opacity. So it still has that cream sheen to it. And for me, I don't like that. I'm not a fan of the typical lipstick. That's why this one comes in last. But if you have dry lips and you like the comfort of a lipstick, then you would love the Colourpop formula. And then the next one would have to be the Violette FR. This one is perhaps the driest of the three. I'm using quotes because it's not really dry. It's more like it's like a dry silicone. The formula of this one is more waxy. It's more silicone, wherein you really have to work the lipstick on your lips so that you can build up the color. Because if you notice earlier when I swatched it for the first time, there was barely any pigment. I had to like build this up for 3 back-to-back swipes, so almost 6 swipes. So the reason for that is that you really have to work the formula first on your lips. It has to your body heat kinda needs to melt the lipstick for it to really transfer to your lips. And at first it will look patchy upon application, but once the body heat makes contact with the lipstick, with the formula, it will just melt into a beautiful like sheer color. Like at first this one was patchy, but because I kept on doing this one, it just like melted into just one color, and I like it. And then the top one would be the Glossier, because this is just like an in between the two. This one it's less waxy than the Violette FR, but it's not like almost a cream lipstick unlike the Blotted from Colourpop. So this one is just like a good middle ground. So, and you also saw earlier, I just only had 2 swipes and then I already got this opacity. So yeah, that is it. It's just hard for me to choose just which one is my favorite, which one is not, because they all have different advantages and all that. And I just can't choose among all these 3 because, as I mentioned, they have different advantages. And I reach for this, it just depends on what color I want, because even though they're all sheer matte lipsticks, for me, their shade range is kind of different. So that is it. If you guys have more questions regarding these products, let me know in the comments. I always reply to my comments, but that's about it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.